Hello, today we will be looking at the story of a man I'm sure many of you have heard of. A man named King Midas. King Midas was known to be rather foolish. He never denied the opportunity for a good party and had a bad habit of making decisions too quickly. And one of those decisions affected King Midas's whole life. So now that you have a little background information, I give you the story of King Midas, narrated by me, Matthew Amador.
One day, King Midas was inspecting his rose garden when he noticed an old satyr asleep in the shrubberies. "Excuse me, sir. Are you aware this is private property?" "Oh, I'm extremely sorry, your highness. I just needed a place to rest." "Wait a moment. I know who you are. You are the foster father of the wine god Bacchus. Oh, what is your name again? Oh, that's right, Silenus. I see you have strayed from Bacchus's protection, so in turn, you may have my own." "Oh, thank you so much, King Midas. I highly appreciate your generosity." Silenus then went on to tell Midas amazing tales of fantastic creatures in faraway lands, and in turn, Midas poured the finest wines and had his chefs prepare his best dishes. After 10 days, Midas returned Silenus home. "Oh, hello, King Midas. What are you doing here?" "It seems you have lost something, Bacchus." "Oh, there you are, Silenus. Come here." "Thank you ever so much, Midas. I have been worried about the old bag. You deserve a handsome reward for what you have done. You treated him so well. Anything you wish, just name it, and it will be granted." Without stopping a second to consider, Midas exclaimed, "All my life, dear Bacchus, I have cherished a marvelous dream in which everything I touched was turned to gold." Bacchus shook his head and replied, "Some things are better dreamed than had. Some gifts can drive the getter mad. What fancy paints so bright and fair, the light of day may foul. Beware." Even after Bacchus's warning, Midas insisted, and the wish was granted. As Midas walked home, he could not wait to try out his new gift. He walked near a rock and could not resist. He kicked it, and just as he wished, it turned into a lump of gold. When Midas finally arrived back at his castle, he was famished by his trip, and ordered his chef to prepare him a meal. "Oh, I am just starving. I can't wait to— Ouch! My tooth, it has chipped. I guess this chicken is a little too cooked." Midas then reached for his glass of wine, but it turned into a river of gold, and he nearly choked on it. Just then, his daughter walked in the room. "Papa, Papa, did you see? The house is full of beautiful things." She went to hug her father, but he shrank away, in fear of what his curse would do to her. "Wah! Ah!" "Oh, honey, don't cry. I am just ill. I don't want you to catch my sickness." Midas rushed straight from his castle to find Bacchus and ask him to reverse this terrible wish. "Oh, Bacchus, please help me. I need you to reverse this wish." "Ha! Look at you. Okay. Go, my poor friend, to the river of Pactolus, and follow it to its source. Bathe yourself in those waters, and you will be freed of your good fortune. But remember, henceforth, you better be careful what you wish for." Midas did what he was told and ran straight to the river. He dove in head first. "Oh, yes, there we go. Yes. Oh, that's cold. Oh, yes. Okay." He got back on the shore, and just as he was told, his golden touch was washed away. And as he walked away, he did not notice, but the sands were turned to gold. You may think that this story is over, that Midas resolved all of his problems and it would be smooth sailing for him. But that is not true. There is always more foolishness waiting for you just around the corner. Midas moved to the country, for he could no longer bear the sight of gold and riches, and there he lived modestly with his family. He had a small vegetable garden, which he tended himself, and he took to worshipping the rural god Pan, and enjoying long, healthful walks in the fields and forests. But one day, Pan got it in his head that he was as fine a musician as Apollo, and he challenged him to a duel. The mountain god, Tmolus, was appointed judge, and a great many people, Midas among them, gathered to watch what promised to be fine entertainment. Pan went first. He played a lively tune that the crowd enjoyed. Then it was Apollo's turn. As soon as he started playing his magical lyre, everyone was entranced. Without taking a second more to think, Tmolus awarded Apollo with the victory. Everyone agreed with his choice, except Midas. He did not know much about music, but he knew what he liked, and he liked Pan's better than Apollo's. "Excuse me, sir, are you aware you just made the wrong decision?" "My good fellow," said Apollo, "if you want to make a out of yourself, then let me help you." Midas was not exactly sure what Apollo had done to him, until he went home and looked in the mirror and saw that he had grown a pair of donkey ears. King Midas had a special crown made to conceal his ears, but after a short period of time, he had to get a haircut. There was no way he would have been able to hide them from his barber. "What you are about to see, you did not see, if you understand what I mean." "Certainly, sir." "By pain of death, you will not say anything about my ears." The secret hummed in the barber's head day and night until he could think of nothing else, and he felt that if he did not speak it, he would go insane. The barber couldn't handle it. He had to tell someone King Midas's secret. So he went to the riverbank, dug a hole, put his mouth down to it, and whispered into the silent earth, "A preposterous thing has come to pass. King Midas wears the ears of an..." The barber whispered those words over and over again until he felt Midas's secret had left him. But it is said in the spring, tall reeds come up, and when wind passes among them, they whisper Midas's humiliating secret to one another, and to all who strolled there. Midas himself walked by the riverbank one evening, and heard his monstrous condition betrayed to all the world. In a fury, he condemned the barber to death. Then he called for an ox to be slain, filled a cup with its blood, drank it, and died. It is said that still today the wind coaxes his secret from the whispering reeds.